Seeing a wheelchair almost hit the little girl in front of him, who would have thought she only raised her hand lightly with a red koi fish circling above her head. In the next second, the wheelchair miraculously stopped right in front of him, until the grandfather saw the mark on the little girl's hand that was exactly the same as his granddaughter. Only then did he realize that the little girl in front of him might be his own great-granddaughter without him knowing everything was exactly as he thought. It turned out that 5 years ago, the girl's mother was drunk and accidentally entered the president's room in a state of half-consciousness. They ended up having a relationship. After that incident, the woman thought the president was a handsome guy who was thought to be sent by her friend to entertain her last night. She also gave $200 as payment. Then she hurriedly left without having time to see the man's face. When the president woke up, there was no one beside him. He immediately ordered the entire city to search for the woman, but the search lasted 5 years without a single clue. He did not know that the woman had given birth to quadruplets for him. And currently, the president's grandfather is very worried because his grandson is not yet married. He desperately wanted to hold his great-grandson. Desperate, he tried to change his fate through luck, but unexpectedly, lucky mark on his grandson's body turned against him, causing him to fall. While grandfather and grandson were arguing, an accident suddenly occurred. The grandfather's wheelchair suddenly broke down and couldn't brake. It slid down the slope, nearly killed him. At the crucial moment, a little girl in pink suddenly appeared, using her tiny body to stop the wheelchair. Seeing the koi fish mark on the girl's hand, Grandpa was very surprised because it was identical to his grandson's mark. The president-director arrived shortly after, but before he could match the mark, the little girl heard her mother calling and hurriedly left the scene. Luckily, Grandpa took a strand of the girl's hair and immediately ordered his assistant to do a DNA test. The results came in. The blood match rate reached 99.9%, making Grandpa very happy. The president-director finally realized that the girl was the daughter of the woman that night 5 years ago. He immediately closed the entire park to search for the little girl and the woman. Meanwhile, a woman and her children were watching the crowd. She was curious and approached, but all she saw was a job vacancy poster from a large group. The annual salary of millions immediately made her extremely happy. She immediately tore the poster and prepared to apply, without realizing there was a job-seeking flyer that the president had stuck right next to her. Soon the woman arrived at the interview location. The other participants were whispering. They were talking about the president's extraordinary luck. Every time he bought the lottery, he always won big. His background was also strong. He was handsome and still unmarried. The woman listened eagerly. Her face radiated hope like a young girl. At that moment, a special assistant came in and read the job requirements. First, he must have children. Second, the child must be a girl. Third, the child must be at least 5 years old. These 3 requirements perfectly matched the woman's circumstances. Everyone was shocked, and she was the only one who passed. When she entered the president's office, the president immediately asked, does she know why she was accepted for the job? The woman replied, because she has children and will not have any bad intentions towards the president. But the president instead said he was not married, but there was a woman who was taken to give birth to a daughter for him. The woman immediately thought this was a drama of fighting over a rich family inheritance. But when the president mentioned the child's characteristics, her heart trembled because she looked so much like her daughter. She immediately wanted to show the president a photo of her child, but at that moment, cunning woman suddenly entered the room. Because of the wrong perspective, the cunning woman misunderstood. She immediately grabbed the woman in anger and cursed her harshly. Seeing this, the president immediately reprimanded the cunning woman.